Hello guys and welcome back to GTA San Andreas. In the last episode, we finished off loose ends that we've had since episode 5. And in this episode, we're going to move on to the OG Loc mission chain. And as you can see, I've ran into some problems with cops. But hopefully we can run into this we can run into this mission thing, which unfortunately is a timed mission zone. So to pass the time, I went to the gym, and the only reason this is still here is because for some reason I decided that instead of just unlocking it and not doing it, I unlocked a hidden move or a gym move, and instead of just going, oh, I can do this now, I don't have to grind anymore. Instead of just doing that, I decided to test it, and well, the reason why this is here is because, yeah, it works, or it worked. And as a transition, I placed an NPC positioning glitch in between, which did happen in the recording. This was on the way to the burger shop place, and I believe here is where we finish. Yeah. So they're called fight moves. Yeah, fight moves. And as believe I said before, there's 3 gyms, which means that there's 3 fight moves instead of, or, and for some reason I thought there was 4, but I've learned that there's 3, not 4, and for some reason it's just incredibly easy to wail on your opponent. And I guess it's because whenever you get a hand weapon, it replaces your fist, which is why for some reason I have a knuckle duster. I'm not sure if it gave me an advantage, but possibly so. And I think it's weird how it just says yo. Like what? Yeah, so stuff and things. And I guess these moves can be helpful, but there's not a lot of times where melee or melee attacks are optimal. And so I guess I'm a third of the way to finishing things. Well, a thing. And this mission is so aptly called Life's a Beach. Which I'm surprised they just didn't say Life's a Bitch. Which is the phrase that's the thing of. And I guess a fun fact, but they just gave you a cheat code. Because in the PC versions of this game, entering or typing in Life's a Beach and it's a cheat. Well, it gives you a cheat. What that cheat does is something you won't get to see until I record the bonus episode where we cover cheats. Which I'm thinking of doing. Yeah. Oh man. I kinda wish I figured out the way, or I looked into the way to record game audio earlier, because OG Loc is possibly one of the better characters in terms of personality. Although he is kind of annoying, I guess. But yeah, you just go to the beach. For some reason they despawn your vehicle. unless it's only certain vehicles that despawn. Because I've noticed that you'll see, like maybe if it's a specific vehicle that it despawns. But then again, I've had different, like just normal cars despawn. And of course, what better way to go into a party than to crash into some bowlers, right? And I believe when I first played this mission gave me some trouble, only because I didn't quite know what to do. I was still relatively new to gaming, and just going around seeing what's up in the party, doing the only dance move that CJ knows apparently. And I was just about to say, I just noticed that that guy's head is in the sand, but I guess that's normal. Technically, not really. And for some reason, I decided to show off that the fire here is only aesthetic. Or it's only for show. It doesn't actually do anything. But then again, guess it could be a slight foreshadowing of an ability you get if you 100% the game, which I believe possibly could be covered in the next episode. Might see. And uh, but this mission is especially a DDR clone, and the score you need is 2,500. A more than satisfactory amount of points later. And sorry to say, but we'll get to see CJ dancing for later, and I guess we'll go into the question of the episode. But do you think you could beat my score, which you'll find out later at the end of the episode? And this is just something I've noticed, but for some reason, whenever you go to steal a vehicle or store a vehicle, it's always in a different garage, which I guess makes sense considering I believe it's for different characters, and I guess different characters would have different garages, but yeah, and something I've noticed a bit before in that cutscene, but the DJ gets into the passenger side and just lets CJ get into the driver's seat. Which I mean, if you're if you don't trust the person, or but if you don't trust the person, then why? Like, if it's just a stranger, why would you let them sit in the driver's seat? I have no idea. Wait, I think this garage might be a similar one. I think it might be a garage you see in the later mission, which I guess is a little bit of foreshadowing. I guess, or maybe they just thought, oh, different garages. No one will notice that, but yeah, I cut the. No one wants. No one wants to see me save, and on to the next mission in the OG Loc chain, aptly named Mad Dog's Rhymes, which, if you didn't know, is a stealth mission, and fortunately is one of the only stealth missions. And I guess it's a good thing too, because you get a cutscene with OG Loc. But I guess I can see the dialogue becoming repetitive, especially since he's talking about a frap game, and I guess it's just like, when did GTA San Andreas come out? I forgot, but I guess it's just, I think 2005 in Australia, but 2005 graphics not being that great. But yeah, with those Lego hands not grabbing onto the mop, but I just really wish I found out I found the software I did beforehand. And all this mission is, well, the build up to the mission is going to Mad Dog's mansion, which, if you weren't paying attention in the cutscene, is in the hills next to the Vinewood sign, which is obviously a ripoff of Hollywood, I guess. But yeah, and I guess technically it is in the hills because it's kind of nested in the hills. I was gonna say, like, why would they give you a bike to ride up to there? But I guess technically a bike would be more discreet than a car or a motorbike, but you guess if you wanted to, just not use the push bike. And here is where you can get a free piece of weapon of gun, I guess. Which I did find out about in the practice session I had for episodes 9 and 10. But yeah. And for some reason I decided to walk up there. Although the hill is kind of, or the driveway is kind of difficult to push, to get up if you're using a push bike for some reason. But onto the actual part of the mission, which is sneaking into the mansion and stealing the rhyme book. And something I did not know until recording this episode is that your weapons aren't taken away from you, which I previously thought. Because as you can see, you only have a knife for this section, for this part of the sneaking part. But what I didn't realize is until this episode is that once you get past this first part of the sneaking part, or this first section of this sneaking part, is that you get your weapons back, technically. Or you regain control of your weapons. Because for some reason, instead of letting you kill all, instead of letting you mow down the guards, they force you to sneak kill them. Or if not, just sneak past. I guess if you wanted to kill everyone in... Oh no. Great, because in the practice session I had, I failed miserably in attempting to kill that guy, because that guy is kind of hard to kill because of his positioning. And a little bit of foreshadowing there. There's a gym in the mansion. Actually, for the longest time there, I had no idea what that cutscene was supposed to represent, but it's him watching a football game or a sports game, and just a little bit of lovely collision there. You can step into the couch. Wait, why did it randomly take damage there? Oh, they must have saw me, or seen me. Wait, what? But yeah, after collecting the Rhyme book, you can then regain control of your weapons. And for some reason, all of the guards respawn. Or new guards spawn in, which you would think you would be able to see them. I don't know. It's just the way that this mission works, I guess. And I guess despite there being an exit over that way, you cannot exit out of it for some reason. Although I guess that would kind of make sense considering that that is the main entrance and we're going in the back way. We went the back way. Guess it's kind of like my previous house where I guess the positioning of the front door was not great, and so we just all went through the back way. And for some reason I decide that we should go for a dip into the indoor pool for some reason. Excuse me. And here you get a mountain bike. For whatever reason, a mountain bike that was not there, and I decided to speed this up a little bit because it's just traveling back to a place where we've basically all seen before. Or you should know the location too. And I've got to say, out of all the bikes or push bikes in this game, the mountain bike is probably the best in terms of controlling, because it might just be me or my eyes for some reason, but I feel like this bike goes faster than the rest and controls much better. I guess at the end of the shift, OG Loc just takes off his shirt, or it was this game's way of cutscenes. And on the way to saving, I had a bit of a crash, and you cannot get out of a phone call. Like, if you have a phone call, you have to take the phone call and not just get back on the vehicle. But I guess this is something that might be good, considering that this is a way to open, or that cutscene is more missions opening up. But of course, with the format, we have to finish through, or we have to see the OG Loc missions through till the end. And the thing I've said in the previous cutscenes in this episode, applies tenfold in this, because out of all of the OG Loc mission cutscenes, this is probably the best, only because the clerk does not give any shits, as most fast food workers apparently do. And I'm not sure if this is just the way cutscenes work or tend to work, but it looks like Loc is cleaning a fryer that is still working. Like, it's still on use. And just, again, the other clerk not giving any shits. It's going straight through the conversation, not giving any shits. Yeah. And for some reason, just because OG Loc has Mad Dog's rhyme book, he is suddenly better at rapping. Which, I mean, how would that work? And apparently, throughout all of Loc's improvements over this mission, CJ might be lying through his teeth. Or something. I don't know. But this is an interesting mission, as I believe it's not a windowed mission, but you'd think it would be a windowed mission considering how this mission works. But I guess you don't. I guess I realized that having two time windowed missions in one set of missions would be kind of annoying. But if you did not know, this mission has the power of time travel, because once you start the mission, your time is brought up to a few hours before 10 o'clock. Or is it 8 o'clock? I don't know. Actually, yeah, I think it might be 8. I don't know. But, yeah. If you fail the mission, I believe the time continues on, it doesn't go back to normal. But, yeah, 10 p.m. Right, not 8 p.m. But, if you fail the mission, the time stays the same, but you can still retry the mission even if it's past 10 p.m. And as I said before, as you start the mission, the time is pushed up to around 5 p.m., I guess. Anyway, a few hours before 10 p.m. And I'm not sure if it skips a day or if it rewinds time to put it to the point, which is weird. And I'm not sure if it's the way that the NPC looks, but that NPC kind of looks like Will Smith, which wouldn't be weird considering, or which wouldn't be that weird considering that in this series so far we've seen Morgan Freeman being a barbershop owner. But yeah. What other celebrities can we find in this game? Although I have read that this game is based off a few movies. kinda want to go see now. Although I've completely forgotten which movies they're based on, or this game is based on. Or I guess loosely based around, I guess. And this is where the mission gets fun. Or if you had troubles in early parts of this mission, this part can be such a load off. Although I still think you can fail this mission at this point. I think. And just keep building up speed and dismount, but yeah. So go check up on the car just to make sure that the sprites are in there, but as this game tends to work, you don't get to see the sprites that are just purely based on missions. But I think it might be time to wrap up the episode as we swim back to the shore. I've been Trico Ortiz. In this episode, we covered the first portion of the OG Loc missions, the mission things, and peas and pineapples.